Hi, everybody. Welcome to Queers and Soaps. My name is Derek, and today I am joined by.
Karen, always.
Yeah,
It's always me.
yes, and we are here to discuss what's happening on GH this week. Tommy will roll the credits, and we'll get into it. So I would say overall it was an interesting week. It wasn't an amazing week, but it was a good week. There were some good developments.
We can't have action-packed weeks every week.
I
Sometimes
know.
we need a little space for characters to breathe and some
Yeah,
character development.
I agree. Yeah, that's it was. You see, coming off the epic 2 weeks that we had, and this one was kind of like, okay, yeah, I get it. We need a little time, we need a little break, but it was a good week overall. I thought.
Yeah.
So we'll pick up where we left off. Tracy has been arrested for keeping Willow from her kids, and is in jail, or she's in the holding room at PCP.
She's never
And
going to see a jail cell.
and also, Carly's about to ask Michael if he would prefer to go to Germany or to John Hopkins. So, love the scenes with Tracy. She was so great. no one's gonna. No one's. I'm never going to jail. I'm rich.
No one's going to put me in prison. I'm too rich.
That was great. That was one of my favorite lines. It's being really, really funny.
Yeah. Jane Elliott is really like everything I want to watch every week right now. She's amazing. Not that she isn't like she's always so much fun, but like
Mhm.
spotlighting her the way they have been doing is the best idea ever.
Yeah, absolutely. She was great. And then Carly goes in to see Michael, and Michael's in a lot of pain, and just she asks him what he prefers to do, and he says Germany, Germany. He lets it out really quick, and then he asks to see Sasha, which was a little confusing for her and everybody else.
Not us.
No, but Willow insists on going in, and I'm like, Willow, really? You don't need to go in there. He doesn't want to see you. But she does, and she assures Michael that she's going to take care of the kids. And um, and I love when she came out, and Drew comes in, and he says, "You were trying to finesse the situation." And Carla said, "Well, while you were finessing my son's wife." That was really funny.
Well, also it's like clear that like Willow visiting Michael stresses him out so much that he just goes into cardiac arrest.
He does, yeah,
It's
yeah,
like, girl, get away from him.
right, yeah. It was not good. He had another episode, another setback, and Carla, of course, blames Willow, which it is her fault.
It is Willow's fault. They should have put immediately sedated him again, not give her a moment so she can assuage her guilt about being a cheater.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
That's us, the audience, whenever Willow talks right now.
Right now, yeah. So Sasha also arrives at the hospital, but she is not able to see Michael because Portia has sedated her, and she was kind of back to being a bitch in those scenes. So I was like, all right,
I
well,
think she was worried about her patient's condition and these people and their stupid petty dramas that are all happening outside the room. So even though Portia was a little snappy, and can you understand why this patient is very wealthy? The Quartermaines are huge donors. I can see Portia's point.
I do see your point, but I was like, oh, Portia's back to being a bitch.
Portia's like, you know what? Michael is in there and he doesn't have time for this crap. So everybody get the hell out of here.
You're right. So funny though. So Willow regrets her decision because Drew's getting into her head again, which was like ridiculous. I'm so over that. I just want Drew to go away. I really just want him to go to DC and never come back.
You keep saying that, but I think he's adding so much drama to the show right now, and I think Cameron's doing a great job. You're supposed to hate him, and you do. So.
Oh, you do. Yes, you do. I get
You
it.
do, though. You do.
We need a villain. I get it, but still don't like him. I want him to get his comeuppance so bad. I need him to take a fall.
It'll happen.
Yeah,
it'll happen because he's starting to get more and more cult-like every episode. Like he's being really weird and obsessive.
Mm-hmm. So I also love that Jason negotiated peace between Willow and Tracy. That was great. So So Jason, what was the deal they made? Jason said that he was going to return the kids as long as Willow dropped the charges.
Willow and moved in back into the gatehouse.
And move back into the gatehouse.
Because he wants Monica to have access to the kids and for her to be with the children, but for them not to leave the Quartermaine grounds.
Right.
Which is the best deal you can make.
I thought it was a great deal, and I don't know why Willow regretted her decision already. Because
she can't have Drew everywhere because Drew is not allowed on the Quartermaine property already, and that becomes more obvious. It gets restated.
Right, and I mean, what did you think was going to happen, Willow? She's very naive in a lot.
You would think with Michael being as sick as he is and possibly in danger of dying, that her entire focus would be on making sure her children are okay. Mm-hmm. And she seems to want to do that kind of in an abstract way. If her children are okay, she should be able to have her affair. Mm-hmm. And everyone should be fine with it because her children are okay. But she's just dumped them into a house and is ignoring them in favor of Drew.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Because Drew can do no wrong in her eyes, and yeah.
Yeah, she got recruited into a cult for a reason.
Yes, she's very susceptible to getting under people's spells. Like hers.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Ava, Christina, and Alexis.
Okay.
I liked those scenes. I loved that Alexis stuck up for her daughter, and I loved the point she made where she said, if someone was doing this to Avery, what would you do? And I really thought she had an excellent point.
She had excellent points, but she has a terrible case of blurting out the quiet part because she was just she was upset, rightfully so, and she just basically says, well, I hope the next time someone goes after your father, they actually hit the target instead of an innocent bystander. Mm-hmm. And what she meant to say was she didn't want innocent people to be hurt instead of Sonny, but she just said what everyone was thinking. I believe Anna and Laura actually reiterate the same thing later on.
Right. Yeah.
They're tired of the collateral damage when people go after Sonny.
Yeah.
But she shouldn't have said it to Christina. That was terrible, but it was so funny. I burst out laughing.
Yeah.
I was like, Ava! It was great. I love her so much.
Yeah, it was good. So they're waiting for the shuttle or the boat to Spoon Island. And they get into it again about Avery's custody as well. And Christina still does not want to testify. And she's angry about this. And that's when Alexis steps in to defend her. So, of course, she's going to defend her daughter. But I did agree with her this time. So.
I mean, I agree with what Alexis said about reliving trauma.
Right.
But I also think these people are all being asses to Ava because as much as you don't like Ava isn't actively being hunted by the mob. So I think Ava would split custody with Carly if that option was on the table. She would raise that kid with Carly because Carly's house is safer than the penthouse that just exploded and almost murdered Michael.
Yeah.
And also, Morgan was killed because of the mob. Michael spent 3 years in a coma because of the mob. Sonny was shot 5 times in the chest because of the mob. This is not new that people die and get injured around Sonny.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, let's talk about Sidwell. So there were some interesting scenes with Sidwell and Alexis. And I'm starting to wonder, is he connected to Cassadines? Is he a Cassadine? Because they had sibling or cousin.
They had good energy, not in a romantic sense, but
they had familiar vibes. Yeah.
Yeah, and the way he kind of interacted with her, and he was like, "Don't you want to come to the island? Don't you want to look at it? Don't you want to remember it was your family island?" And she's just like, "No, I hate that spooky, stupid place. No, thank you."
Yes.
I love Alexis.
Yeah, Alexis was great this week. I really enjoyed her a lot.
Nancy Lee Grand's always great.
Yeah, she is. So we'll move on to Ava and Sonny's confrontation. So Ava goes to confront Sonny about the custody issues with Avery, and Sonny is very, gets really angry, and he has another heart episode, and then Natalia finds him. So I actually like kind of got spoiled about this scene. I thought that Sonny got shot, but he wasn't shot. I was like, oh, did Sonny get shot today? I have to watch. But no, he just had a heart episode because I thought Ava just left him for dead. That's what I was thinking. But
That's hilarious, and I
she
would have
didn't.
loved that.
That's what I was thinking in my head. I was like, because got spoiled on Facebook. I was like, oh, okay, this I can't wait to watch today. And then that's what actually happened. So it was a little bit of a letdown for me, but I still enjoyed it.
I didn't think he was going to get shot so soon. We are focusing on the heart issue.
Mhm.
So Natalia stays with him and gives him medication. And when he starts to wake up and come around, he refuses the ambulance. So instead, they call Dr. Gannon, Isaiah.
Yeah, they call Dr. Gannon.
Where Isaiah's on a date. His date gets blown out of the water. This is terrible.
I felt bad for him. And I also wondered if Brick was going to get in the way of their becoming a couple, Isaiah and Jordan, because he seems to have eyes for Jordan, but
okay, so I love Brick, and if Jordan and Brick got together, I think it wouldn't work only because of Brick's line of work, but I love their chemistry, and I just love Brick.
Yeah, I love Brick too. He's great. So we'll talk about the grand reopening of Charlie's Pub since we're kind of there already.
We're like dancing around it.
Yeah, because Isaiah's there with Jordan, and they're on a date, but he has to get called away to take care of Sonny. And then that's when Brick comes in and takes his spot at her table.
Well, when she came in, Brick was there, and he was like, "Oh, I'm here for Christina, but do you want to hang out with me?" And she's like, "No, I'm meeting someone." And he was just disappointed.
Yeah, he was.
And he was very sweet with Christina because, like, he considers all the Corinthos children kind of extended family. So it was nice. Also, Lucky's working there, so it was cool to see Lucky behind the bar.
Yeah, and he's making great drinks. Isaiah tried one and he loved it. So yeah, that was.
Yeah, and Christina and Lucky made a toast to their families working together again, which is a nice callback to the early 90s.
That was a great throwback to the Spencers and the Corinthos, because Luke and Sonny were in business together for years.
Yes, I loved that. That was my favorite.
Yes. So at the grand reopening, we have Cody there. He's on like a 3-day bender probably or something.
He's been so drunk for days.
Yeah, I was like, come on, Cody, get your shit together. Like,
oh my God, your liver. Think of your liver.
Yeah, right? So we have Maxine and Spinelli are there as well. And also before that, we have Martin visits Lucky and Liz, and they get some insight about Cyrus. And I thought this was something interesting that I kind of forgot about. Cyrus's mother has been bedridden for years.
Yep.
And his motive might play into that whole scenario where he feels guilty about his mother.
I think it's also he can't have control over his mother because remember for years Martin has been hiding her and she doesn't want to speak to Cyrus at all. So her care has been fully in his brother's hands. And you know how Cyrus is a control freak.
Yeah, so it's about the control and about his guilt.
Life and death and his weird relationship with religion.
Right, but we still have to connect. They're still not having connected the dots about Sam. Dex, they kind of know because he was responsible, but
he threatened him.
Right, but they don't know because they had witnesses that Jocelyn saw them the day before.
Yeah, but they're also saying like why, like if he was mercy killing, which, but if he was mercy killing, why Sam? Like Dex obviously because of issues between them, Sonny and all that. But why Sam?
I have a theory about that. We'll talk about it in speculation.
I have no theory, so I'm really excited.
Okay, so Maxie and Spinelli are also there as well, like I said, and we have Cody blackmails Spinelli because he needs money to pay off his debt to Selena Wu. Yeah,
and he throws back to a storyline that was stupid and went away, and we were really excited about it, which was that whole personality dating thing that Spinelli did. And he's saying that Spinelli owes him a bunch of money. This makes Spinelli very upset because Spinelli thought that they were building a better relationship and that they could be friends. Yeah, they're family.
So yeah, it was very out of Cody's character.
Cody's desperate.
Yeah, the character that he is starting to become, and now he's reverting back to his old ways.
But the old character sucked, and the new character was great. So I'm not happy about this backslide.
I don't like what they're doing with Cody. I'm not a fan. I like I liked his character development. Now he's reverting back, and I'm
No,
not.
I hated him when he came on. I wanted him gone like 3 minutes in. He was awful for months. And now I love him. He's one of my favorites. And what's the point of linking him to someone as classically awesome as Mac and then turning him back into a loser?
Right. Well, I get the whole thing with Sasha is kind of reverting him back to his old ways. I get that, but it's
Fair
still
enough.
not what I wanted.
Agreed.
But it is what it is.
Well, and we also don't know where it's going, so sometimes we have to trust the process. So
very true, very true. All right, so Spinelli and Cody get in it, and Lucky intervenes, and then Cody punches Lucky across the face, and he collapses.
Yes. Poor Lucky. All he was doing was like, "Hey, man, let's not fight," and he gets knocked out.
Yeah, I was not happy about that.
No, poor Lucky.
Yeah, Lucky did not deserve that. All right, so I want to talk about the Drew and Martin scene. That we were messaging about this. It was so Drew is so creepy sometimes. I'm like, oh.
I want you to imagine that the two of us, when we watch the show, are like furiously like.
Well, I watch it in the morning usually, and I'm texting her as I'm watching it.
Yeah, and I watch it. I watch it at like 8 o'clock, so I'm always like, remember to tell Derek. Wait.
So Martin took note of the fact that Drew was pretty obsessed with Willow, and he even made a comment. Oh, you mean free to be with you?
Yeah. Oh, free? You mean free to be with you?
Yeah.
And the way he said it was very obvious that he had picked up on the obsessiveness, and it was so. I mean,
Drew's even going on and on about how he'll do anything for Willow. He loves.
Cameron's doing great. He's doing great. I like it. Love it or hate it. He is really like. He's locked in.
I love to hate it. That's how.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, me too.
But I think I agree. I think Cameron Ranson is giving the performance of his career right now because I've been watching him for over 20 years on All My Children, and so
I think he's having fun, and I'm having fun watching him wild out. I think it's great.
Yeah, he's killing it. He's really doing a great job. I would actually give him Performer of the Week this week.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
If I wasn't always giving it to Tracy.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, she's well deserved as well. So Rick and Ava. So Rick talks to Ava about getting her own place because it looks bad that she's living in a hotel.
Right.
So they go to look at this spot, but I guess Lucy was the real estate agent because she later says that she made a sale. But
she made the sale. She was talking about the sale at Windermere, but then she was saying that she did the sale or lease agreement for Ava. And then she was like foot and mouth disease, Lucy, because she was like, "Oop, shouldn't have mentioned Ava. My bad."
My bad.
I love her. She had champagne with Sidwell, though.
But there was a lot of chemistry between the two of them, and they even shared a kiss. So yeah.
Yes, because Rick was being a good friend because he was like, "You need to establish residency." And so you can get your daughter, but she's feeling a little burnt from the conversation she's been having all week. So then she's just like, are you doing this just so you can get paid? Or are you going to leave me if you don't get paid? And he's like, if you think I'm like that, then you don't know me. And they basically kiss. And I'm like, hot.
It was a lot of tension in that kiss, and it was great. I enjoyed it.
It was great. I loved it.
Yeah, it was fun.
The pariahs are dating.
So I just want to mention this, Rick arranges for Sonny to see a doctor in LA because he doesn't want any of the enemies to get wind of
California. In California, he's going to go.
Yes, in LA, yeah.
I wonder if it's Dr. Obrecht. Wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be fun. That'd be a good way to bring Obrecht back.
Yeah, I would love that.
Maybe Scotty's there with her. That'd be cool. They got that together. That'd be cool.
Hey, I would love it.
Yeah. And Natalia agrees to watch over Sonny that night because he refuses to go to the hospital for medical treatment. So.
Yeah, and she also goes down to Charlie's to kind of like soften the blow that Sonny couldn't be there because nobody wants to tell Christina that he's having heart issues right now.
And they're trying.
Because she's so fragile and she couldn't handle it.
Yeah, they're trying so hard to redeem her in those scenes with Christina, and I'm just like, we're not there yet. I'm sorry.
Not for me, although I must. In Ava LaRue's defense, that outfit she was in was adorable, and they were really trying to make her look super cute, and she succeeded. But do I like her? No.
Hell no.
No.
Hell no. So, getting back to Cody and Lucky are taken to the police station. and Cody is in a holding cell. And I liked his scenes with Molly. Like that was great.
Did you think they were testing them for chemistry?
I kind of had a feeling they were, but I don't. I personally don't feel like Molly would go for someone like Cody. I think Molly.
I know they do that a lot.
That are polished, but that's just my opinion.
I don't know. I could see him with another lawyer, but I would like to see him kind of date around a little bit.
I kind of would like Molly and Lucky to get together. But they were kind of testing Lucky and Christina. So.
I don't like the idea of Molly and Lucky, but we'll see. Maybe they'll talk me into it.
But and Matt goes to see Cody and gives him some tough love, which I liked.
Matt gives him one of his beautiful speeches about how you're worth it and how you're wonderful and how you are loved. And I just love John J. York so much.
He is so good. I wish he was on more often. I just love him.
He's wonderful.
Yeah.
He's why I watch the show. So I'm always going to be like, I started watching because of him and I stayed because of everything else. But I still, if he's not on, I'm sad.
Yeah. So let's talk about Lucas and Jocelyn. So Lucas filled Jocelyn in on what's happening with Cyrus Snow, and he might possibly be responsible for patients dying at long-term care facilities and GH. Mm-hmm. So Jocelyn gets it in her head that she needs to go to Turning Woods and volunteer and get more intel on Cyrus. So that's what she does.
I don't think this is a bad idea. I think it's smart.
Not a bad idea. I feel like she's going to crack the case before Lucky and Liz do. And
I think they're all going to do it together. I think it's going to be Lucky and Liz are going to get different pieces. Lucas is going to get different pieces and Jocelyn. And then they're all going to kind of put it together. And then it's going to kind of be like a comedy of errors where they're all going after him at the same time.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what develops with that because I feel like Jocelyn has a big mouth and she might compromise.
I think she learned from what she did last time. So because Lucas told her like you shouldn't even worry about that because it's not really a big deal.
Yeah, I hope she did learn her lesson, but she is her mother's daughter, so
fair enough. Although poor Carly, she's been going through it all week trying to get her son help.
Yeah,
and feeling guilty about putting the kid in Sonny's hands in the first place, and because Drew got in her head, and Jack is not having that.
Yeah. So Carly and Michael are off to Germany. Carly has gone staying at a hotel in Germany, and she's very upset about, of course, Michael's condition, and she has a little tantrum and starts about to throw something, and then
it's a bottle of vodka. Why waste the vodka? Drink it.
It was, exactly. Drink it. And then Brennan knocks on the door and comforts her. So I
thought it was really sweet because she said normally she would clean herself up and need a minute to pull herself together, but she let him see her vulnerable. And then she's just like, can we order room service? And he's like, yes, we can.
Was so cute.
I loved it. I love them together. Nice chemistry.
Laura Wright did a great job in that scene, and I just love their chemistry. I hope they go. Maybe I hope that there's a connection between Brennan and maybe Jasper Jacks or Jerry Jacks. That'd be kind of cool.
Like a cousin?
not relation, but maybe they know each other. Yeah.
Okay.
It'd be a good way to bring them both back to the show.
Well, we'll see.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about Trina and Kai, and kind of. I thought this storyline was getting to a point where I kind of thought it was going because of the injuries that Kai sustained.
In the
video game, he can't play football anymore, which I knew.
Oh no! I could never have seen this coming.
And now they're gonna fold Trina into the storyline where she has to take care of Kai, getting used to not being.
Stop fixing these broken men.
Yeah, that's what. I mean, I feel I love Trina. I think she's a great character, and I think she deserves a better storyline than that. But
I do too, because I think she's been out of character for the last couple of months, and I don't think they know what to do with her, so they threw her into this romance, and it doesn't feel romancy. It just, I don't know. It feels oddly like Trina's trying to desperately reclaim teenagerhood or young college adulthood, and it just feels weird to me.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so lastly, we'll talk about Tracy, Nina, and Willow. So Nina goes to see Willow at the gatehouse, and they have a really nice mother-daughter moment. I'm glad that they reconciled, but I know that's going to blow up soon, so I'm excited to see that. Then Tracy arrives and puts a damper on Willow, which I don't know how she did not know this was coming. Like Tracy's gonna do whatever she can to make sure that Willow is not happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Drew is not allowed to visit the gatehouse, and he is banned from the Quartermaine property. And I was wondering if Monica was the one who was behind that, or if it was just Tracy. But I feel like Monica is not happy with Drew, even though we don't really know because she's not on screen.
I don't think that. I don't know. I don't think Monica really has a connection to Drew like she does to Jason, because Jason's not her biological son. Drew's not her biological son. They're Alan's.
Right.
And she fell in love with Jason, not as a baby. Don't let her lie to you. And so like now, like she has that motherly connection with Jason. She did raise him when he wasn't in boarding school. She does love him. But with Drew, he was kind of added on, and I don't think they've had enough time together to really bond as much as they should have.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, but if you mess with Michael,
mm-hmm.
who's AJ's son, I don't think that she's going to handle that any better than Tracy would.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Did anybody we missed or anything you want to add?
I just want to add that Laura and Anna this week,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because of Lucy, because Sidwell wants to meet with Laura to, I guess, throw it in her face that he's untouchable.
Yeah.
He uses Lucy to set up a meeting with Sidwell. And I just love the scenes of Laura and Anna teaming up. It reminds me of when she used to team up with Robert all the time. It feels very 80s coded, and I loved it. Also, I'm just going to make a comment about wardrobe. Laura had a pink shirt on today that was almost the same color as the dress she wore in The Ice Princess.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah, it was like a very nice, and I guess I think that every time she wears pink, because I'm never going to let go of the image of her with a machine gun in a pink dress. Because that's like, I don't know, she's badass.
Nice.
But I did like that the two of them got together and talked about Sidwell. And then when they met up with Sidwell was just like, you can't touch me. You got nothing on me.
Right. They also were trying to get evidence to implicate him in Sasha's abduction.
But they don't have anything yet.
Yeah,
but they did decide to team up. And I really liked that. I like seeing powerful women be friends.
I love when Laura and Anna have scenes together. They're great together.
They're wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely. Good times. Hopefully something will develop with that, because Sidwell I think he's such a great villain, though. I'm so glad he's back, and I really hope they do something with his storyline. Something good with his storyline. I'm sure they will, though.
I know, but him getting champagne for Lucy, I'm worried about Lucy getting in over her head, because he's charming and she's lonely, and maybe Martin will rescue her and we can have Martin and Lucy back.
I would love that. I'm down. Oh, there.
Yes, exactly. Is that not the same color as her shirt?
It was. You're right. Yeah, I agree.
We got a content violation for her holding that machine gun.
80 or 81?
That's early on. It's like 80, 81, like that.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
I'm not really that good with the dates. I can tell you it is like 80 to 81. That's it. Because it started with the left-handed boy and it ended with the Ice Princess Siri. And then, of course, Laura went missing. And I think that's in 82, beginning of 82.
Okay, gotcha. All right, anything else before we wrap this up?
I'm just really excited about a lot of the storylines. I'm not too excited about Cody's, but like you said, I think it can be kind of a reaction to the whole wanting serenity and just getting in over his head. And I think Mac kind of helped him out by leaving him in the drunk tank to think. So I enjoyed that.
I think Mac got through to him, so I think that we're hopefully get back on track.
Yeah, and I do hope he apologizes to Spinelli, because he's technically his like brother-in-law, like because Maxie and him consider each other siblings, which they should.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I really like that. Tracy can do no wrong in my eyes. I do not care how violent she gets with these people. I think Tracy's amazing, and I love it reminds me of having Edward around. Just a meddling older character who just is.
And she does have the softer Lila side too, which I love.
She does. She does. And she also does the banter. They all did the banter. Quartermaines like to tussle with a lot of complicated conversations, and I love that.
Yes.
So it's a good week. I want Trina in a different storyline. I just need her
I
in
couldn't
a storyline.
agree more on that one.
She's too talented to be languishing in a 90s fix a boy scenario.
It's a
And it's
very
nothing
tiny
against Kai. It's nothing against him. I think the actor is actually really good. If they made him more interested or maybe connected or gave him parents, maybe a disappointed father who wanted him to be a football star, like do something to give him a little more going on.
Yeah, that actually would work. For
He
sure.
needs parents who are either very proud of him or now not so proud of him, so we can see how he interacts with them.
Absolutely.
He seems really well adjusted, so his parents are probably normal people.
Yeah, they probably are. Or I don't know where he's from, but maybe they don't live in Port Charles. Maybe he's a student from another state. But
No.
hopefully we'll find out. We'll see. All right, everybody, we're going to wrap up this edition of Queers and Soaps. This is our GH coverage. Sorry. Please join us on Patreon. We are going to discuss some casting news and speculation, and we also have a clip of the week to watch. This week, the nominees are Tracy says, I'm not going to jail. I have too much money. Cody punches Lucky across the face and he collapses. And Sonny collapses after his confrontation with Ava. So please come join us and find out who won. And we will see you next week.